about because of the fact that the framers really respected Roman society, Roman thinking, the greatness of Rome, and they used that as a justification. The Southerners basically used it as a justification to keep slavery system alive. The other aspect, a little bit, we looked at canon law. Very little influence on our Constitution, but the whole ecclesiastical court system, it did. Some of those principles were engrafted into the American law. They were not engrafted into our Constitution, but there is a framework in regard to religious liberties. Our Constitution has a separate Bill of Rights. And our Bill of Rights was based on the idea that government is a potential threat to our liberties. And the first 10 amendments of that Constitution, that's what they were written. They were written to give citizens or persons in the United States the protection from governmental abuse. That philosophy changed after the Civil War. The federal government was no longer regarded as the major threat to liberty. The state governments were, because we realized at that point that the state governments were the most negative factor that we had in our society, because they engrafted the doctrine of slavery, and we fought a tremendous war, and we lost thousands of lives over, and they tried to protect an institution that they knew fundamentally was basically an evil institution. So, but we have these basic rights. And I guess to give you a quick example of how we look at things in our society, the Second Amendment, our Constitution is essentially based mainly on court decisions which analyze the Constitution, which interpret it, which decide whether or not acts of Congress are going to be constitutional or not. The court has tremendous power. It's why our Constitution is not, the body of the Constitution is not a very